Let's say you have an extremely valuable lead magnet or freebie or something that can help your ideal customer avatar solve one specific problem in their life. What do? Well, obviously, if you follow any marketing advice, you want them to join your list. So you want to give them this lead magnet, and in exchange for it, they basically give you their email address, they join your list, so you can nurture them, you can build a relationship with them, you can establish know, like, and trust, so that eventually at some point when it's ready, they'll buy something from you. And the problem with this is that, sure, you have to get them on the list. And in the beginning, they're super engaged. They're reading your emails. They're reading your welcome sequence. Hopefully you have one at this point. But what happens after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, a year or something like that? Eventually, people get tired of your emails. People stop reading, they stop clicking. Maybe they even get flagged by your email service provider as subscribers who aren't really that active, so that you delete them, so that they don't spam, your list. But what can you do in this situation? Well, today's proven email breakdown features an email designed specifically for this situation. It's not really that complicated. It's not like a sophisticated story-based email or some other types of emails that we've covered before in this 50-day proven email breakdown series, but it's still super useful because you can use it to identify people who are still there, but who might not be opening dozens or quite a few of your past emails. But this is kind of like giving them one last chance. And you don't necessarily only have to use one of these emails. You can use 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. But after it, if people still don't reply, it's totally okay to delete them. I know it hurts because you've paid for those leads either in money or time or energy or effort, but it is what it is. But if you still want to attract those people and remind them of why they basically subscribe to your email list, this is one of the best ways to do it. So this email actually comes from Credit Solution Program, the Credit Solution Program. And, there are tons of these different types of emails sent by tons of different companies. I just selected this because it was included in Derek Johansson's Daily Email Income course that I'm also part of. And I'm basically following that course as I'm doing these videos as well. Sometimes I deviate from it. I cover other types of emails, but he sends a new type of email every single day, and I use this as inspiration. And if you're interested in this type of course, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Check it out. It's there. You can find more info about this. It doesn't have like a fancy sales letter or something, but you can still learn a lot about like what's included in this course. I think it's pretty cool. Check it out. So this basically, as you can see, is pretty simple. It's not that much happening here, but it's still crucial that you have something like this. And this also means that this is kind of like a low-hanging fruit because it doesn't take too much copywriting expertise to write something like this. So the subject line goes, "We miss you." The main thing about these types of emails is that they're personal, and you want to make them seem personal as well. So that's why we have "We miss you ... It seems like someone that a friend would send you, right? The only thing I would improve here is that the from email is support@thecreditsolutionprogram.com. I would probably use a name for this, like Mike@creditsolutionprogram.com, because it seems more personal. This is like, it screams that it's an automated email. So this is like a minor thing that could definitely be improved here. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to also show you like another minor thing that I think could make this email even better. So the email goes like this: "Hey," and notice that this is kind of like a neutral salutation. I'm not sure about it, to be honest. I'm not sure whether they should use the person's email, like a name, first name or not. Maybe it's not provided, I don't know. But it's kind of, like relatively impersonal because at this point, remember, these people, they haven't been engaging for quite a while. So, "Hey, it's been a while since you've opened or clicked one of my emails, so I thought I'd check in on you and let you know what you've missed in the last few months. Check it out." So there's no passive aggressivity going on here. There's no scolding people or something like that. It's just like, hey, you know, we set the context. It's been a while since you opened or clicked. We want to include both people who opened or clicked one of our emails. So I thought I'd check in on you. This is how normal people talk, right? Like I just wrote an email today to someone and I kind of said basically the same thing. But it was a personal email. It's like, hey, I thought I'd drop by and say hi. This is how normal people talk, like regular people. And that's why this type of copy, it produces less resistance. It doesn't sound like a marketing email. And that's good. So let you know what you've missed in the last few months. This what you've missed is you focused, and this is important in copywriting because people ultimately, they don't really care about you, they care about themselves. So the whole context is established from the point of view of the subscriber. It's like, hey, it's not like, hey, the past couple of months I missed you and you haven't been opening my emails. It's like, hey, you missed something here, so now there's a specific reason why you should click on these things or check out this email or read this email because you missed something, and I just want to highlight it for you. In the last few months, this is just a little bit of specificity. Check it out. And then basically this email has a few different articles, I'm guessing. So they're either videos or blog posts. And this is good because it encourages consumption. One of these or two of these, if any of these applies to someone at their current situation, it might make them, buy something or just start re-engaging or get reminded of like, hey, oh, I remember I signed up for this thing like 6 months ago, and I do need help with boosting my credit score or something like that. And notice that every single one of these articles is a little bit different or serves a specific audience. So credit cards for people with credit problems. This serves a specific audience, people who have low credit. But the second one, the 8 ways to save on your car insurance. This is, again, it serves slightly a different audience. Of course, there might be some overlap here, but think about it. Like people who have credit problems or who are subscribed to things like the Credit Solution program, they have low credit. Probably one of the reasons why is because they make impulse decisions more often. Also, one of the other potential reasons why is because they probably spend, on average, more money than they can really afford on car payments. And then if you give them a blog post with the title of Top 8 Ways, which is specific, to save on your car insurance, because probably their insurance is a little bit too expensive compared to their budgets. They just probably bought a more expensive car that they could afford. This gives them value, right? So this can definitely get them to click and then re-engage. The other one, does debt have an expiration date? Another interesting topic. The quickest way to skyrocket your credit score. Again, this is aimed at people who's you have to understand that the audience who this company appeals to, they're and I'm gonna go a little neuropsychology here because I studied this, I majored in this thing. Their prefrontal cortex works a little bit differently compared to some other audiences. So on average, and I'm not trying to discriminate here or something, but on average, the ideal customer avatar for this company, these people, they make impulse decisions, they have less control over their actions on average. They are more emotional in most cases. They're not that good at postponing satisfaction. If you've heard about the marshmallow experiment, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, just Google marshmallow experiment and you're gonna see the whole scientific experiment that explains this whole phenomena. So basically the idea here is that these people, they gravitate towards cheap, towards flashy, towards quickest, towards easiest. They don't want hassle. They don't want hard. They want easy and quick. And that's why the next topic is the quickest way to skyrocket your credit score. So people want the easiest, quickest to get the most results. That's why, again, on average, more people from this audience probably buy lottery tickets. But if you think about it, it's a scientifically proven fact that you have you don't have much chance of winning the lottery. It's basically a tax on poorer people lottery. That's what it is in a sense. It just redistributes wealth. But it sells the dream of, hey, you can turn into a millionaire or multi-millionaire overnight. And a lot of people, they can definitely identify with this, even though it's just like, it's a dream. But from a copy perspective, from an offer perspective, this is what they want. And that's why all these topics, they appeal to this type of target audience. 3 home mortgage alternatives that can save you money. This is just plain interesting. Like this can apply to anybody. And it's a fascination. If it's a bullet, a fascination. And if you want to learn more about fascinations, there's a link in the description to the entire 100-day proven sales letter breakdown challenge. And check out video number 10 there from Clayton Makepeace, because he covered fascination writing in very, very high detail. Top 10 life insurance myths, how to start investing with less than 500. Again, like this is aimed at people who don't really have that much money, who have money troubles, credit troubles. They probably spend all their money at the end of the month. So they want to still start investing, but with not much money. So then the email continues. I know with travel, family, and the daily grind of work, it's hard to stay on top of things. So this acknowledges all the things that are going on in people's lives. And again, remember this target audience. And I'm not saying this to bash on this audience. It's just like if you're an offer owner, marketer, copywriter, you really have to understand these things. Otherwise, you have no chance of your copy converting, and you have to think like your target audience thinks. And in this case, they're probably, again, on average, not that good at organizing stuff, or maybe they get distracted a little bit more easily. That's why they need quicker, easier, simpler, because they don't necessarily have, on average, the willpower to carry out complicated things, or they just don't like it. They don't want to. So there's a high chance that travel, family, daily grind of work, it gets in the way, and then they just stop paying attention to the emails. But then we got a reason why, and it goes like this. But you subscribe to this newsletter because you wanted to boost your credit score and improve your finances. This is some key benefits, saving hundreds or thousands each month on bills. So again, this is like, it contextualizes it for people. It's like, hey, just telling them, hey, improve your credit score, it's a little abstract. But if you say you can save hundreds or thousands every month, or maybe every year on bills, that gets people's attention, especially in this target audience who's probably having some sort of money troubles. And then the last part of the email says, so you'll forgive me if you get the occasional poke, just to make sure I haven't somehow slipped through the cracks. This forgive me element, it's just polite, and it's like, I like it because it makes it more personal. The occasional poke, again, this signals that I, as the writer of this email, I want to help you, and I haven't somehow slipped through the cracks. It makes sense, right? Like, oh, okay, he's sending me this email because probably most of his emails are slipping through the cracks. They're probably getting buried in my promotional folder. And keep in mind, again, on average, this target audience probably is subscribed to more e-commerce companies who send more promotions because they're always after the deal, always after the discount, the promotion. And all those emails, they get in the promotion folder. So that's why you have to compete with those emails. And instead of sending them out like, hey, extra 20% discount, which would be just one more email in the promotions folder, it's like, we miss you. It sounds personal. And that's one of the reasons why, on average, more people will open this compared to another type of subject line. And then that's it for the email. No specific call to action. The main call to action is that people click something like this, because if they click it, that signals the email service provider that these people aren't really dead leads anymore. And secondly, it just helps the company's sending reputation or sender reputation. And by the way, if people still don't click it, there's one more method that you can use to revive those dead leads. And I covered this in great detail in one of the past videos. Check it out. Again, there's the link to the entire 50-day Proven Email Breakdown series. Just search for the 9-word email from Dean Jackson, the 9-word email that revives dead leads. And it's a crazy good way to also like re-engage some of those people. And, one thing that I think could be done here to make the email more effective is to add some sort of PS. Maybe give them a timed coupon to one of their one of this company's programs or paid solutions. Again, people, remember, they're always after discounts and deals in this target audience, and maybe give them something like an extra type of secondary call to action. The first call to action is to encourage them to click on something and consume something, but there could be like a secondary thing to just give them a coupon for 3 days, valid only for 3 days, that gives them like a 30% discount or something. I'm sure that it could also make a lot of extra sales just because of this. Obviously, it depends on this company's list as well. But yeah, that's it for this one. It's the typical subscriber reactivation email. Of course, you can be funny and cute with this as well. You can come up with the crazy story if you want. You can change your from line like Ian Stanley does in many of these cases. But this is just like a simple, relatively safe, totally safe, but still effective way to re-engage some of your subscribers. So if you don't have an email like this, then I definitely recommend you include one. And don't worry if the open rate is going to be super low on this. There's a reason why. It's not because of the subject line or something. It's because you are specifically sending this to people who haven't engaged. So if you get like a 5%, 10% open rate, that's already good. But depending on your list, maybe there are thousands of people who are in this category, so you can still basically get back hundreds of extra leads just by sending an email like this. So go do it, definitely, and let me know how it goes. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely like it, subscribe to the channel if you're not, leave a comment, share it, all that good stuff, and keep following my work because I definitely enjoy doing these, and I hope that I'm giving tons of value for you as well. So thanks again. See you in the next one.